Greetings and blessings, everyone. My name is Miloth, of the High Council of the GodStar. I am here to share with you a message today. If you feel my energy, you will feel the difference in the vibrational frequency. You will feel the difference that my energy carries to other beings. This one channels. Because each one of us is unique individuals, just as you are unique individuals. But you are the ones who are incarnated upon this world, upon this planet. You strive to do your best to remember all the things that you can remember. And what you're striving to remember so dedicated, in such a dedicated way, is you are striving to remember yourself. Now, in relation to that, at the end of my talk, I will be doing a very special light language activation. And it's very specific. So there is much going on at this time. We can assure you that things are progressing and moving forward in a manner that it is appropriate to be moving in and the way it is meant to move in. There is still a great deal of discussion that is happening with certain groups who have now had certain restrictions placed upon them, and they do not like it. But that is truly not our concern anymore. I want you to imagine, if you will, for a moment. You are incarnated on this planet. Your job in this incarnation is very simple. Your job is to awaken, to remember, to walk the path that you are here to walk. That's it. That's your job. Now, within the context and framework of that job, you may have certain things that you are here to do. Perhaps you are meant to be a reader. Perhaps you are meant to be an author. Perhaps you are meant to be a healer. Perhaps you are meant to be a doctor or a nurse. Perhaps you are meant to do whatever it is that you are here to do. So it's very, very important not to strive of wanting things when they do not resonate. Because other people say you should want this or you should want that. You don't need to want anything except for what is truly within your heart, within your soul. Now, certain decisions get made. And these decisions are put out there through your guides, through those who are working with you. And sometimes you may feel that you are walking down a particular path and all of a sudden that pathway stops. And you find yourselves in a void. And you're like, what's happened? Why isn't anything happening? And you wonder, well, have I done something wrong? And you haven't done anything wrong. And then things will slowly begin working again because decisions have been made. Alteration of path has happened. You see, being fluid is very, very important. Being open to whatever the information may be without trying to cloud it with your expectations is very, very important. Now, recently, we within the High Council of the GodStar, we are in charge of this entire project. And I am fully aware that there are those beings who come here who would dispute that, and many people who are incarnated who would dispute that. And personally, we have no interest in that because we don't care if someone disputes it or not. We are here to do a job just like you are here to do a job. And it is different for each of us, according to our role and what we're here to do. And we have placed many things into contingency in case certain things happened. We made allowances so that particular decisions could be made and would have to be adhered to, because we cannot make those particular decisions, because as we are in charge of this project, our goal isn't to do with one particular individual or one particular race. It is to do with this project, which is a project of Source. This is not the only planet in the universe or even in this galaxy that has gone through this evolutionary and ascension process like project. There are many different attributes to each project that is unique and that is different. But we have taken steps because this project here is all about complete free will choice. Now, if you speak to Sananda, he will tell you that the greatest thing in the universe is love. And I would agree with him, it is. But in order to truly achieve, to experience pure unconditional love, the type that we experience in the fifth dimension and beyond, you have to begin by loving yourself. You have to begin within your own heart and loving yourself completely. And I am fully aware that many of you have issues and difficulties around that because of experiences that you have had during your incarnation and during your life. But I'm telling you, it's the greatest power. But only if you take it within first. If all you are doing is giving it and sending it out without starting within yourself, it does not have any real power. It does not have any real benefit. You get people proclaiming how, oh, it's so wonderful, it's so beautiful, and they are not actually feeling anything, because it has to start within. If you are loving yourself, if you are taking that energy of unconditional love into your heart for yourself, and that was your focus, would you like to know what you would do? You would literally be radiating love out to all people and to this planet. Because by loving yourself so completely, it shares it with everyone else. It is a paradox. Think of it this way. A pendulum swings. One side is yes, one side is no. But the real answer is in the middle. It's actually not yes or no, it's in the middle. But on this planet, in this world, what do you know? Everything is black and white. Everything is yes or no. It is light or darkness, and it is not. An opportunity comes for each of you to open that door within yourself and to take back that power and divinity, which is your birthright. You see, there are times when I hear beings who are in the higher realms, who are in the fifth dimension, and they say to me, our presence on this planet Earth, is our birthright. It is our right for our presence to be here. And I have looked at them and I have said, no, that is not your birthright. For those human beings who originate on this planet, what is termed the humanity of Earth, it's their birthright to be on this planet. Each of you who is a starseed, in essence, is a guest of Gaia, of Mother Earth, to assist in this process, in this project of evolution and ascension. Now you may be wondering, why is it that Miloth comes in today? I'm sure many of you may have been expecting El Sharon or someone else. And what we decided was it was going to be me, because certain things have been happening lately and certain things have been going on lately. And we have activated certain contingency plans, shall we say. There are many things that occur on this world that you do not know of, you are not aware of, and you don't need to be. And the reason that you don't need to be is because your lives, your hands are very full right now. Awakening, connecting, reconnecting with family, reconnecting with home, doing the things that you need to do here, making the connections you need to make, interacting with the people you need to interact with. And then on top of that, playing all the games that you have to play while incarnated here, like, a mainstream job and paying bills and things like this. You have enough on your plate. But we want to assure you we have your back. We are doing the work that needs to be done. And so we come in to tell you this because you are fine and you are doing the job that you are here to do. I know some of you are saying, but I don't know what I'm here to do. That's where trust and faith comes in. Looking and following the signs and the breadcrumbs as they are laid out before you. Trial and error. Moving through the layers, through the levels, you get to a point and you wake up one day and you think, I have it. I have the answers. I know why I'm here. I know the truth of what is going on. And 6 months later, you discover that what you thought was true isn't true. Were you wrong 6 months before? No, you were right in that moment, in that level, in that place of your awareness. It is not that way now. Because this is why you need to be fluid. I talk to beings from many different worlds. but we have planned very well. And we have the means to ensure that each one of you, when you finish your overall mission to this world, you will walk away knowing that the reason that you came here was successful. I'm here to remind you that you are a starseed, that there is more to you than meets the eye, that we understand on this side of the veil that many of you are struggling to understand what is happening in your world, to understand what is happening in your life, that some of you are struggling with trying to put the pieces of your personal puzzle together. We understand that there are those individuals out there who have fear over what is going on in this world, what is happening at a core level. We understand that there are those of you who are sad, who are overcome with grief because you have lost someone, or people are dying, or whatever the case may be. We understand this. We stand with you. We give you our love and our understanding and our awareness. You see. And we have your back. We are doing what needs to be done for this project to ensure that each one of you is looked after. Now, please understand, if you are in the process of moving and you're trying to figure out, or you're looking for work or whatever, well, you're not helping me with that. That's not our concern. That's a very minute item, and we do understand that it may not be minute for you, but in the grand scheme of things in this project, it is inconsequential. So with regards to those types of things, it is very important for you to make choices and to choose properly and correctly for you. Listen within. Does it resonate? You've been given these incredible tools, and it's important that you utilize them. We have activated some ancient encodements that will assist you moving forward. Some of these ancient encodements will actually prevent some of those who have been trying to interfere with those incarnated here. And of course, a decision was made, and those of darkness who have been part of this project as volunteers, as Starseed, when their current incarnation completes, they will be leaving permanently. Now, you may ask why that is, and there is a reason for it. With the completion of Phase 1 of Project Earth, it's time for a shift in focus. And if you take away those of darkness, those of light will no longer be preoccupied with trying to defeat or to destroy those of darkness. Instead, their focus will reorientate, and they will be more focused on the completion of this project. And this is a major move forward, because with the completion of Phase 1, we don't require that complete free will choice component so much. The complete free will choice is still there. So stating your intention and setting your rules, these are still important aspects. But what is also important is the fact that with the activation of this ancient encodement, there are certain individuals, not many, but there are a few particular individuals that will be more affected by this ancient encodement than anyone else. And that is because of who they truly are and where they truly come from and the reason that they are here. There has been an activation of particular security and guardians and protections for this world. So now I am going to do a light language activation. This is tied into the ancient encodement. Each one of you will more than likely feel the energy of this activation, but the actual activation will only happen in particular individuals. And they will know that and understand that when it happens. Once we have done that activation, I will take some questions. So here we go. Activating encodement A2557. Lomia tarake laia torotomotoshe. Yama yamatarata kiela honorotomoto. Ia torotomeshnai tai torotomoto. 44815. Iala protomotorotamakiata. Iala henderotomotoshe. Iala henderotomoto. Iala ratakalatorotomoteama. Iala ila protomotora kelatorotomete. Yala labrotomotosh labrotomotai, kiala taratomotoshe, yamrotomotora habrotomote, yala halabrotomota talamrotakara paraprotomoto, yashana labrotomote, yala handorotomote, wama yata kila hada pa protomoto. Shut. Now I will take questions. Feel free to type in whatever questions you have. I will do the best I can in answering them and to answer them as fully and as completely as possible. Robert, what are telltale signs of being a starseed opposed to citizen of Gaia? There are many different things, such as the fact that you are actually here listening to this channeling. That is a very strong telltale sign that you are a starseed. Because if you were what we term a native human or a humanity of Earth, you probably would not be interested in this. Furthermore, there are different things. There is a tendency to experience alterations with time, the desire to go home, and yet there's no place on this planet that is actually home. Sometimes some people have felt as though they are adopted. Some people have felt this desire or this situation where they see people doing things and they see people experiencing things and it doesn't make sense to them. doesn't equate. There's a lot of different things like that that indicates to an individual that they're different. This feeling growing up that you are very different, that you're not like everyone else. Perhaps a feeling like your family isn't your family, even though you know it is. All of these are signs of being a starseed. Tammy, where are you from, and will you be returning home after this? The first part of your question I'm unable to answer only because this one has a limitation with around names. He does not get names. And so being able to tell you where you come from, I cannot give you that name. However, the second part of your question, when you are finished in your mission, shall we say, to this world, yes, you will be going home completely all the way home. And I can tell you the fact that there are two different ones who are actually standing with you right now who are from your home. That I can tell you. Blessings to you, Peter. I am very well. Thank you for asking. Please, if you have questions, feel free to put them in there. I am more than willing to take questions. We made a decision when it was decided that he would begin channeling for the public in this manner, that we would take questions. Many times there's not enough of a free flow of energy and of information, and it's very important that we have that. So if you have a question, feel free to type it in. If it is something that I can answer, I will most certainly answer it. If it is something that I'm unable to answer or am not allowed to answer, then I will not, but I will tell you so. So please feel free. Very good, Tammy. I had a feeling that you would feel them, and they are with you. So please understand that you do not need to worry so much about a name for where you are from, because you know that you are a starseed, and you know that your family is with you, your true family, and that you are being looked after, you are being cared for, and assisted in the journey that you are having here. Tina, are you looking in the right area and path for your highest good? What does your heart say? That is my question to you. Blessings to you, James. Joan, the language is universal light language. There are a multitude of different dialects. Tomoto kaitara hetara tomoto shiniapa. Yan yatko tomo itahane, yan maitahatara to nomaniete. Yatatala torto kurotomatala yetara talaprotomotala protomotala protomate. Shiaisha noyata, portama, tarashnak talaitare. So you see, universal light language is spoken by many of the races in the fifth dimension and even in the sixth dimension. Although usually in the fifth dimension, normally when you go above the fifth dimension, most of the races become, for the most part, telepathic. There are those who, in the fifth dimension, who speak universal light language. There are those who speak light language as well as have telepathy. You have those who are strictly using telepathy, those who strictly use light language. You have those who utilize telepathy and sign language. And, so there is a wide variety, just like there is on this planet. So, Sarah, will light language activate within you in your lifetime? A most interesting question. And I would have to say no. It's not because there's anything wrong with you. I do not believe that the race that you are utilizes light language. And it's because if your race doesn't use light language, no matter what you do, you won't be speaking light language here. Those who can speak light language on the planet also speak light language where they come from. So that's the difference. So, but it's not a drama, it's not a problem. Tina, so if you already know the answer is yes, and you've already asked your heart, and you already know that the answer is yes, why, please tell me, are you asking me? Samantha, you were discussing with this one about a being in your room that was with you while you were talking with him, and you're wanting to know if you were right with who it was. And I'm going to ask you a similar question that I asked Tina. What does your heart say? Yes or no? Peter, with visions, it is important, if you will, to write down the visions as you see them, to record them in some manner, whether you are speaking it or writing them down. Sometimes they will be accurate in the sense that it's almost like a premonition. It is showing you what will be, or it is showing you what has been. Sometimes it is about pointing you in a particular direction. And this is why it is important to write down your visions, because as you write them down or record them, as you move along, as you go on, you will actually begin to discover that there's actually a deeper message hidden within the visions. Just a suggestion for you. Gretchen, your soon-to-be granddaughter you're wanting to know if she is from the same place that you are from, and that Janice has told you that she has a very strong connection with you and speaks your language, so to speak, and you're wanting to know if she is from your home. I'm being asked not to say at this time. What I can say to you is she does have a strong connection and bond with you. It's going to be more important to allow her to express what she chooses to express while she is growing up and while she is developing, as well as she gets older. The one thing that I will say most definitely, you simply want to encourage her to always speak her truth and to always follow her heart. That's going to be vitally important. Tina, patience is very, very important. James, curious question for you. The entity that I encountered a few weeks ago said that your vibration is different. How many different vibrations are there within the earth realm? How many people are on the planet? You have the vibrational frequency, if you will. So right now, the vibrational frequency of this planet is approximately around 3.6, moving towards 3.7. And believe me, it's going to be several hundred years before it hits 3.7. But it used to be around 3.4. There are individuals incarnated on this planet whose vibrational frequency can range anywhere from 3.3 to 3.8 individually. The comment that was made to you wasn't so much your vibrational frequency as it was your vibrational energy, because your vibrational energy is very unique to that being, and to that, your energy is very different from most people, to be honest with you. And that is not a bad thing. That is a very good thing. Dana, you are feeling drawn to using sound with your work, but you're not sure how. Any advice? Toning, music, create on what resonates. So there is all sorts of different kinds of music that you can play. When he does his scrolls, he puts on music, and depending upon the scroll and depending upon the person that he's reading for, will dictate the type of music that he plays. He may play instrumental music. He may play rap or whatever that's called, or rock music or pop music. Just depends upon the individual. So be fluid and just go with it, what feels right. Toning is a wonderful tool, as is music. I would highly suggest that you trust your intuition on this, because the guidance that you are receiving about utilizing sound is actually coming from those from your home. So they are trying to guide you, so pay attention to that. Well, the gathering is already begun, Peter, so focus on your heart. Hello, Anna. You're asking if I've ever, or what year I was on the planet. I have never incarnated on the planet. Truthfully, I manifested myself physically here for approximately 6 months' time in order to give this one a message, which I gave to him. And then after I gave it to him, a few hours later, after excusing myself, I left. And I did not come back because I delivered the message that I needed to deliver. So all three of Margot, you were told that your grandchildren is a starseed, and you're trying to work out which of the three are starseeds. All three of them are starseeds. You do not need to worry about that. This will be the last question that I take. and this is from Christy. You experienced a face-to-face encounter with reptilians. They stepped into some of your associates there. They were not allowed to take me. I was protected from them. Your question is, can you help get rid of the reptilians that took them over? Is it permanent for them? Will they harm you? To be honest with you, this one could assist you in moving past that, but let me speak on this particular question. They cannot harm you. Them being attached to someone's etheric body, generally the only way to get rid of them is if they choose to leave, or if someone such as himself or someone that he has trained in the healing arts of the BlueStar come and literally remove them out of their etheric bodies. Many times in a situation that you've described, I am familiar with that particular situation. The individuals in question are in fact reptilians themselves. So it's an overlay, if you will. All you have to do is stand in your power and divinity and within your heart. You are protected, and what you need to simply do is set your rules of what you will and will not allow, and they will not bother you. At the very least, at the very most rather, what they will try and do is disrupt you. But you choose. You have the power over whether you allow them to disrupt you or not. You're not the only one dealing with situations like this. We are working diligently to remove this particular menace from the planet, and if they are incarnated and they want to complete their incarnation, they're more than welcome to do so. But a choice was made that is ending, their participation is ending. So we are currently working to create a situation where they cease their program of trying to scare people and trying to persuade people to walk down a different, separate path, because the problem is the fact that there is a path for you to walk, to navigate, and they don't want you doing that. So focus within and do not worry about them. Deal with them from the standpoint of, well, you can't harm me anyway, so deal with it. Furthermore, if you have any issues around it, feel free to call on me. I will be more than happy to assist you. I give you great love and appreciation. I thank you for one last question. Aaron, could you please expand a little bit on your question to make it more clear, please? Aaron, if you could please expand on your question. If you could express what is okay, Aaron. You ask a very important question. And it is a very important question because you see, many people wonder this about their particular children. And it is very, very important in this case, as it is in all cases with children, to encourage, to encourage speaking, to encourage sharing, to encourage them developing and opening to their own truth and their own pathways and their own ways of being. Her path is her own. She will assist in changing this world with her presence. She will bring joy to people. She will bring harmony to different people. Her words will speak to many, many hearts. If she is encouraged to fully express what is within herself, and she explores that and opens that doorway fully, it will be a good life. I send to each of you my blessings, love, and light to all of you. And remember, you are not alone. You are, in essence, like on the front line. You are awakening. Your very presence is changing this world. Have that trust and faith within yourself and embrace yourself with the love that is the pure, unconditional love of all of life and of Source. Be at peace with yourself and with your neighbor. Do not buy into the dramas. Do not buy into the illusions. Stay focused on what is within your heart. Much love to all of you. Yashadna la pratomota, Yama la pratomota la pratate, Shaki la pratomota shina, Yaba yalatrotoma, Yake, Homatake te la mishna.